episode. I don't know what we're on now, but we're there. I'm losing count already and I'm only on like 3. Today's video is sponsored by Hive of Beauty, and all of my students will use their products when they train with me. You can find a list of places that stock Hive of Beauty products right here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we have got the lovely Wendy, and she's coming today to chat with us about waxing, about the beauty industry, and her little changeover that she's had, because actually what we don't know about Wendy is that she was originally, and still a nurse, yep. So it has been a massive change around from being a nurse to now in the waxing room. But it hasn't been as straightforward as that, because originally how me and Wendy know each other is through the fact that you did training with me. And you did originally come to do training for lashes and brows. It wasn't anything
and land up waxing fannies. There you go.
And I love it. And I couldn't think of anyone who suits the job role more. And do you know what? Being a nurse, that must help as well, because as a nurse, you will be up close and personal with your patients. Yep. So I guess the actual intimate body side probably didn't faze you. And so then I guess when we met, and we got on so well when we first met in that training room was chaos on that first one. And I think after that, we just got you loving wax, because we were using the wax obviously for the eyebrows. Yep. And then after that, you were like, oh, actually, thinking about it, I've got ladies that might want a chin wax or their top lip. And I was like, well, maybe we could do a face wax. And then it escalated into doing full body speed waxing and intimate, which you weren't even sure of at first. But now you're trained, you're qualified, and you're out there, and you're obviously new to it. So we're still building, and I love that you're really passionate about it. But you've been obviously part of the community group that I started for all of my students. And how's that going? Because I know you've met a few people in the group. So anyone that doesn't know, basically anyone that trains with me, there's a WhatsApp group that I have started so that people have the option to come in. They can leave whenever they want. They're not forced. I'm not pinning them down to stay in this group. But it's a great way of keeping a community together, and so you get support and guidance after you've trained. Yeah. And there's some lovely characters on there, and everyone gets on really well. There's no competitiveness. I don't feel like anyone on the group, obviously it's different view for you because you're on the other side. So how, for you, does it feel like everyone's really supportive?
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the best groups I've ever been on, actually. Really, really supportive.
Oh, when did that make for my
There's
day?
There's no bitchiness. There's no I'm better than you, and there's no know-it-alls. It's just, this is what I do. This is what I try. Have a go at this. And everyone's supportive. Around social media, you know, everyone's happy to share their ideas, what they do, you know, which I think is really great, because in some other fields, it could be really competitive, couldn't it?
Yeah, well, the hair and beauty industry is a little bit competitive. Not intentionally. I don't think people try to go out their way to make others feel a certain way, but I think everyone's very protective of their own business, because there's a lot of people that are self-employed in that industry. And I guess there is so many people, especially depending on your area that you live. Essex and London in general is an area where we're quite saturated with a lot of salons.
And I find, for me, I have found, because obviously I trained as a nail technician originally, and I find that world very different to the waxing world.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I found that quite, you know, everyone seems to think they're better than everybody else, and it can be quite bitchy, I think.
That's interesting. See, I don't do nails.
Very different. Whereas I find with the waxing world, everyone's really open to sharing and supporting. I've just found it a different journy. Yeah.
And hopefully a better one. If obviously you haven't got on, obviously you still do your nails, and you like doing your nails for the clients that you've got. But I love
the waxing.
I've not done nails, so I don't know. But I see that with nails, I think as well, everyone can put pictures up of their design work, and there's lots of befores and afters. Yeah. It's something that you can easily post about. Yeah. Where with waxing, which you might have guessed, is a bit harder to promote and market. Yeah. And let's be honest, who wants to see a before and after of a hairy armpit and then a smooth armpit? Like, we get it. We know what hair looks like, and then a body without no hair. But I think it's the process that people are more interested in. But sometimes that's quite hard to capture, because you've got to have clients that are happy to really be like, yeah, that's fine, I don't mind you filming my body in the weirdest of angles, and film me with obviously all my hair on show. So I do get it that it is a harder treatment to obviously market, But I feel like everybody is quite supportive and people bounce off with their ideas and don't get so offended. Well, I don't ever get offended. I just think we're all doing similar things when it comes to social media anyway, because we're all saturated with them ideas coming towards us. But it is difficult, and there is people on the group that have struggled with maybe their confidence being in front of the camera. So today is a real test for you, Wendy, because obviously you're starting out. So this is something completely I've thrown you in the deep end with. And bless Wendy, she didn't have much notice because I was like, Wendy, what are you doing? And she's here. May I just add, got here before me.
And don't really put myself in front of the camera. That's kind of, I class myself as being quite an outgoing person, but not good at putting myself in front of the camera.
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of my own voice.
Oh, stop. You've got the best sounding voice. She's so lovely.
My Cockney accent.
And can I just say as well, she says she's not been in front of the camera. For anyone who does watch my videos, you would have seen a fly on the wall where actually Wendy did come in and have her legs waxed. So she has been in front of the camera before. Yeah. But obviously this is, I feel like I'm pushing you out of your comfort zone.
It's become a thing, isn't it? Getting waxed by other people.
And I know where she's going with this. So going back to a little bit about the community page and the group chat, there's a lovely guy who I have trained recently called Liam. So shout out to Liam. So hopefully he's watching this now thinking, yeah, I'm getting a mention. But Liam is originally from Wolverhampton, and he travelled down to have his training with me recently in Chelmsford. So while he was in Chelmsford and staying at the hotel, he was chilling and loving life. He decided to try and network with a few people in the group and said, is anyone in the Chelmsford area? Basically, because he thought, well, it might be nice to network and make friends with the group, which go Liam, that's great. But what we didn't expect was that Wendy, being the person that she is, she's so lovely and she's so willing and happy to support anyone within the industry and within that group. I've really noticed how much you try and support everyone, and I love that. And I think you just went, yeah, I'll meet you for a coffee. Well, a coffee didn't stay at a coffee, did it, Wendy?
No, it did not. It escalated into me having my legs waxed and my bikini line waxed.
I
said to my husband, right, I'm meeting some guy at the Army and Navy.
That sounds dodgy in itself, just alone.
Just going to pick him up, but don't worry, I'm bringing him back for a wax.
I love it. And then
I just lay on my couch, and I let Liam just wax me. And I feel embarrassed now because when I look back, I'd been spinning the day before, and the weather had been really hot that week. So I had a little bit of chafing.
That's fine. It's normal. We get it.
To him, because I get waxed by somebody else. I've continued with that, and I had to say to this random man that I don't really know, well, if there's a bit of chafing down there, you're going to have to not wax that part. That's what my lady does. I mean, for God's sake. He
got to know you very, very well. I love that. I'm surprised he didn't get you on all fours and just do the whole intimate area. The thing is, I can't actually remember where I was, but my phone pinged and I saw, Wendy had messaged me and she was like, oh my God, you're not going to believe what's just happened. There was a photo of her legs in her room, which we're going to get pinged up here to see the photo that I actually had. And it was you having your legs done, and it was in your place with Liam. And I was like, what the hell? Like, he's been on the group for 5 minutes. But that. Did you know what? What I love about that story is just how that shows that you've got a load of strangers in a group that have all, the only thing they have got in common is the fact that they're waxing and that they've all trained through me somehow. And that you've all just gelled and got on really well. All different backgrounds, different areas, and you're all at different abilities and different levels in your actual journey.
Yeah,
and that's
meeting someone else next week. Shout out to Claire.
Yeah, on the way down, she's ringing me. She's like, "Oh, just to let you know, I'm also meeting Claire next week." And I was like, "So yeah, shout out to Claire. You're doing Claire's lashes." I love this. But this is what I say to people all the time. Networking is so, so important. And when you're new in the industry, you do rely on friends, family, people that, that are close to you. Like with you're at the gym and it's a bit of a community at your local gym. Yeah. And you've built clientele from that as well, and a lot of support through the guys there. But obviously, I think networking is so important. Whether you're doing that online, whether you're doing it face to face, just meeting people, and you learn a lot from meeting random people. I have over the years doing what I do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Maybe would our paths have crossed if it wasn't for waxing and for
the gym.
Through the gym, you know, like I just think that you meet the most interesting people through your life, and whatever you can learn from them, just go with it. Like the conversations I've had with some of my clients over the years, they've been brilliant.
Yeah. And I think one thing for me, being a nurse, sort of, I'm fairly body confident around other people, you know. So I have found that, you know, when I've done my Hollywoods, I've had young girls come in and they're all a little bit nervous. And then once I sort of get talking to them and,
Put them
at ease and say, my background is I'm a nurse. And they quite like that because I think
it's quite soothing. People quite like that. They know that they can trust.
Yeah.
Most people can trust their doctors and nurses. And we won't get into that. That's another subject for another day for anyone that's got debates about stuff. Yeah. But, you know, you're a lovely person, Wendy. You've got an approach about yourself that straight away I think you put people at ease as soon as they meet you. Because there's your barriers down. You're very open. And I think that's what made me and you bounce off with each other really well. Like, when
we did bounce that day.
When I said to my husband, I said this to Wendy earlier, I said, I said to my husband, Wendy's coming on. And he was like, brilliant. He thought that our chemistry, and he'd never met Wendy. He knew Wendy through the fly on the wall content that I showed him. And he just noticed straight away that me and you were very similar. And, you know, I just think that just shows that if we hadn't met through training, I would have lost out on Wendy's personality in my life. So, like, having you here today means a lot. So let everyone know, what is the name of your business, because we'll get it pinged up here.
Okay.
Well, I say we, Abby and Jordan will get it pinged up here. My superheroes in the background, they will get this pinged up here, so you guys know exactly where to find
So
Wendy.
it's the Wendy House of Beauty.
Wendy House of Beauty. So for anyone that is thinking, I'm going to check out Wendy, go and follow her, because she does do nails, lashes, brows, all the waxing. And how have you found that transition from going from being a nurse to doing beauty? Is it a completely different world?
Oh, it's a completely different world, but there's lots of things that I learned as a person and having a nursing background that has helped me ease me into the new world as such. Yeah. So somebody made a comment yesterday and went, I can so tell that you're a nurse. Like, I think you have that caring... I talk to people, you have that caring attitude, and I think when I go in and do something, people think that I'm quite confident, you know, I'll just go in and do it, and I think they like that. And somebody made some comment yesterday, and I said, I think it's the nursing in me. You just go in, and I'm quite confident to do someone's brows and eyelashes, which...
Because you're fine with being probably up close to people's faces as well. A lot of people find that quite intimidating.
Yeah, and I think, you know... you could mess it up, couldn't you, really? Yeah. Someone's brows is quite important on the face, isn't it?
Yeah, well, anything on the face. I think people are a little bit more like, don't get me wrong, no one wants to be bruised or have a skin graze or anything like that on their body. No one does. But if you was to, I suppose, get a teeny little bruise or a surface, like scratch or something anywhere on the skin and it can be hidden, people are like, okay, things happen.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's things that we are making sure that we do to prevent that, but if it's the face, we are more precious about it because it's on show. Yeah, and people will notice it. The lady
that I did yesterday, she did my website. So I did,
which we were just talking about again. Wendy was like, "Have you seen my website?" It's like, "No." So we're going to check the website out. Ping. Let's see what's going on with the website.
And I did some treatments for her yesterday, and she's very, very fair. Really really white. Her brows are white, and she used to have threading done, and they've cut her brows actually, and I'm not doing that. We're growing them to get a nicer shape. Yeah. And actually I tinted them yesterday, waxed them for her, did her eyelashes, and do you know what? I smile from here to here because she looked amazing. She looked so different, so womanly. It's such a lovely thing.
Yeah.
You know, my background, it is a lovely thing, but this is a different lovely thing because the person you're doing it for...
Yeah, you're not making them just better, are you?
No.
You're making them
look better,
but feel good in their own skin, yeah.
And she looked amazing. I was really, really pleased with how her face looked afterwards. I need to do some before and afters, but it was such a transit, you know.
But also, like, even if you don't get the before and afters, it's fine. I think even if someone just goes home and you just say to them, look, when you get back, give us a little review on your website, stuff like that. People are happy just to almost just see that you've got them clients coming through the door. And it is really hard when you're first starting out because it's trust. People have to, word of mouth is a massive thing for anybody that's in any industry. It doesn't matter, not just hair and beauty. You want to see that they've got experience in anything that they're offering. So I guess when you're offering a service to someone, just them reviews come in your way will really help to build that trust and that character of who you are and what you offer. And I think just now that you've got the website in place, get them to leave some reviews. It'll be really good because then you can build that up. Yeah. So even if you don't get the before and afters, you can share some of them reviews on your social media. And it's look, everyone starts at the beginning
and I'm on
in everything.
Google now. I'm linked to Google as well.
Look at her. Before you know it, she's going to have her own podcast soon.
I'll have you on as a guest.
I'll
have guest waxers.
She's going to be taking over the world soon. I can see it coming, honestly. And her personality, I'm telling you now, she'll do it. She'll do it. Being 10 Downing Street before you know it.
She'll be like that bloody Wendy again.
No, honestly, I'm so proud of you, Wendy. You have smashed it. And this is why it's really important for me to have people like yourself on the channel, because it just shows real life women of all different backgrounds, all different ages. At one point you were saying, I'm not sure, like, am I getting too old to do it? No, like, we spoke about this at training. The clientele that you will attract will be the right clientele for you. Yeah. So some people might prefer to be with someone who's got a little bit more experience in life. Like you said, you know, you've got your older children, you've got your family life, you've also got your nursing background, you've got things that might appeal to people to think, actually, I'd prefer to be in the company of Wendy over maybe someone who's just newly qualified and is only like 18, 19. Yeah. Nothing wrong with any of them younger girls, but they will attract their own clientele that suits them. So there's no right or wrong. And I think that anybody that's out there that's in a similar situation to you and thinking, I really want to get out of what I'm doing, a complete career change is not as scary as you think. And Wendy's proved it. You know, yes, you are at the start and you're at the stepping stones of building that business, but it will happen. Yeah. And I believe that if you've got enough passion, anyone will get to their end goal. Like a little bit was spoken about this on the group chat. I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before. One of my students mentioned about they've had imposter syndrome a little bit lately. Yes, yeah. And that is something that I think everybody in the industry suffers with at some point. I get it myself, and I've been in it for many years. I've got, to a lot of people on the outside, they might say, well, you've got no reason to get imposter syndrome. You know, you're busy, you've got clients from all over, you know, you're doing your content, you know what you're doing with, you know, you've got your vision. I'm not necessarily saying that I'm better than anyone else, but I've got my vision and I'm happy to stay on my path. But even I have moments where I think, oh, things aren't going right. I'm not sure if I'm good enough. And I've even have moments where I have to really pinch myself and think, these people are really invested in how I see things, because it's that up here that will go, oh, I don't know, maybe someone else is better for the job than me. And everyone has bad days, off days.
Yeah, and I think if you're open and you're honest about what it is you're doing, and if you're asked a question, and we all don't know everything, do we? So no. I think if you're asked something and you could say, well, I'm not too sure, but let me ask and I'll come back and I'll let you know. I've always kind of been like that myself. Yeah. So I think, what am I trying to say? I think that if you're, you know, open and
willing to learn,
imposter
syndrome will slowly. The more you learn, the more confident you'll get.
Yeah. I think for me, I've been a sort of a slow burner as a nail tech. That's taken me quite a long time. I think if you're younger, you pick it up a lot quicker, and because there's a lot of steps to it. But with the waxing, and the eyelashes, I did a few eyelashes, and one of my daughters telling me, "You can't do this to your clients, mother."
Oh, you're getting told off already.
And it you just gain the confidence, don't you? And I was really nervous when I started waxing people, because you don't want to hurt people.
No, you don't want to.
You don't want to, bruise people or leave grazes on their skin, etc. But I probably made a few errors in the beginning, but you learn by that.
Yeah, 100%.
You learn on the job as well, don't you?
There's so many times where I've been in a situation where I thought, oh, hang on a minute, this hair is not playing ball. Like it's making it hard work for me. They're getting hot, I'm getting hot. I'm having to go over the same patch a couple of times because the hair's being really stubborn. And sometimes you have to adapt and change your technique.
Yeah.
So like when we were doing the training, we had our handle and quick pull for some stuff, and then there was the staggered pulls. And sometimes I have to think, right, maybe I've got to do a bit more of a backward sweep here and pull the hair up because it's sitting a bit flatter on the skin. Even I have a moment where I have challenges and I sit there and think it's not quite going how I want it to. But if you let that eat you up and play on your mind, you're never going to move forward. You have to think of every moment that when you've had a challenge that challenge is actually, if anything, has tested me and pushed me now to be a little bit more educated in what I would do in that situation. And now I know what I'm going to do next time. And you grow in confidence the more you're challenged, I think. It's the same with boundaries of coming out of your comfort zone. Like me doing this now, if someone had said to me a year ago, you're going to be sitting, at JA Social Suite with guests that you've asked to come on and you're going to be chatting, I'd be like, no. Like, I feel confident doing my TikToks in my room and doing my little bit, but this would have felt like a step too far. But every time you feel comfortable doing something, that's anything, whether you're waxing clients, whether you're, I don't know, 10, 20 more intimate waxes down the line, or whether it's going to the gym, whatever, you can apply it to anything in life. Once that boundary has got comfortable, just move the boundary again. Just keep moving it, because that's the only way you're going to grow as an individual.
Exactly, yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah,
and hopefully you'll be doing the same.
Yeah. One of my ladies that came to me, she was a new, said, I've never waxed before, not for like 30 years or whatever. Yeah. So she was a mature lady. And she said, I'd like to start with sort of bikini and my upper legs. She was on testosterone. So her hair's got very thick and very dark due to that. So we did it the first time, and I sent you some pictures, didn't I?
Yeah.
And I felt really, really, I'm being honest, I felt really, really awful. I felt like I had bruised her bikini line area. But I checked on her the next day and it had gone down, but I reflected about what I did, what I could change the next time.
Yeah. And what was good was that you checked in on her.
I did all
And you was
weekend.
honest about the little mistakes that might have happened.
She was fantastic. She kept telling me not to worry. Wendy, I know you're new. And she was brilliant. And I reflected and thought, well, I didn't use talc. I forgot.
So like when you say talc, but I know what you mean. I still sometimes say talc, like the powder, talc-free.
Yeah.
So a powder to apply. So it might have been that her skin was a teeny bit, maybe a little bit clammy, where she was a bit hot and you forgot to put the powder on.
And I'd got carried away and strip waxed one side and didn't use the soft wax.
The hot wax, yeah.
So I reflected about it, and actually she came back a couple of weeks ago and it was perfect. So we did the full legs. So I'm now doing her full legs and her bikini, and she is absolutely over the moon. And actually, where I did do her thigh, the following time, some of it I didn't have to go over because it already worked its magic. So
shows that you're getting the hair out from the root.
And she's been so supportive, and she said next time we'll get the camera up in your ring light, and she said we'll do some filming. Yeah. I'll help you, and because she's a trainer, so she is quite used to doing all the media side of things as well. So,
and if she's got quite dark hair, it'll come up nice in the content for people to see as well. Yeah. And the thing is, like what you've just said, like you're new, you're starting out, right? So yes, you've openly admitted there is mistakes you've made at the beginning, but I think
we have to do that.
You have to make mistakes. That's
to learn.
To learn, exactly. I think there's so many people out there that do training with whoever you train with, and then they will just literally expect to be a pro and be busy like that overnight. And it doesn't happen. You have to have patience and you have to be kind on yourself, because as humans, we are going to make mistakes. And it's the fact that you've learned from it and you've adapted. That's what's brilliant. And I love that about you, Wendy, that you're open about it, that you're honest about it. And that's what's going to get you far. Yeah. Because it's those that put that barrier up and are like, almost too scared to admit that they're new or that they're going to make mistakes. They're the ones that are holding themselves back. Yeah. So it's great that you've done that, and I think it's really important that to just highlight again what you said, that you checked in on her. There's a lot of waxers out there, whether you've been in the industry for 5 minutes, 5 years, 50 years, it doesn't matter how long, but they almost like shy away from saying, "Oh, something's happened." And there's such a taboo over that if anybody gets a bruise or a skin lift, that straight away it was the waxer's fault. Sometimes it can just be hormones. It can be that maybe maybe not given the right information to us. We can only work with the information that's given to us. So sometimes things can happen, reactions can happen just based purely on miscommunication of, oh, I forgot to tell you. Like the amount of times I've had someone that's come in the room and gone, oh, forgot to tell you I am on antibiotics. I've just finished antibiotics yesterday. Yeah. Okay, well, they're working in your system now, and that might make you a bit more sensitive. Yeah. There's so many different things that could just play effect to how that skin reacts, and it's not always the waxer's fault. We can only go so far, and sometimes hormones, like I've waxed one lady, and she might be, for example, she might have changed from having the pill now onto the Mirena coil or an implant, let's just say. For about 6 months, her body, with her hormones settling into a new thing that she's taken, will take a little while for her hormones to settle, which means that I could wax her 1 month, no problems. The next month, she might be a little bit more sensitive. I might see a bit more of a reaction, and she might think the actual waxing itself hurts a little bit more. It's the same when you wax when you're due on, or if you're ovulating, your body will feel different.
But that all comes down to as well, doesn't it? That when you have someone in your salon or your room, it's communication, isn't it? Again, it's talking to your client.
Not being afraid to ask the question.
Yeah, having open conversation, and then that progresses into people telling you.
Exactly. And then you know what you're working with.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when people say wax with caution in this situation, I think everyone should wax with caution.
Yeah.
Regardless. Even if they've given you all the information, you've waxed them a million times, you just never know.
Yeah.
So always wax with caution, because things can go wrong, and it's someone's body at the end of the day. And if you do take layers of the skin away or graze the surface, you're then opening them up to being prone to maybe any infection if they don't clean and keep it, nice and clean and let it heal properly. Yeah. So that can also...
So interestingly, my lady that I was just talking about, when she come back the second time, when I was taking the strip wax off, it wasn't always coming off onto the paper, and I said to her, do you moisturize? Because she's new into waxing, so I said, do you moisturize your legs? So she said, oh no, I don't. So we had a whole conversation around moisturizing the legs, because it's harder to get the wax off and exfoliating. So she left me, she bought a scrub. She's now scrubbing her legs.
She's now skincare,
gone and and she's now bought oils and things for her legs. I said, look, you're paying to have the waxing done. You're in the summer. Do the aftercare, and you'll have really lovely legs. And she messaged me a couple of days later. She is
seen the improvement?
Yeah, so over the moon.
Because the sun, believe it or not, when people are out in the sun, that will naturally just dry out your skin anyway. Yeah. And a lot of people, I'm guilty of it. I don't always moisturise as much as I probably should. I exfoliate. I always go on to my clients 3 to 4 times a week. If you're not doing it regular, but I've always been very lucky that I don't get horrendous ingrown hairs.
Me too,
but some people do suffer with it more. Yeah. And if you are having your legs waxed regularly and stuff like that, like what you said, like if the skin is dry, strip wax especially will cling on, well, any wax will cling on to that dry skin.
I know from myself, like my waxer used to say to me, in the winter you're not moisturising, so I do it every day in the summer, but in the winter when you're quickly putting on jeans,
you're in a rush,
you can't be bothered, and I know that my knees will get dry, and that's how I kind of recognised it. And now she's, really over the moon with her legs.
So she's seen the improvement already. Yeah, that's what's good.
So it does work, it's proof.
Yeah, 100%. So for anybody out there that is thinking, my skin's a little bit dry, I suffer with that, you want to be, hear it from us waxers, you want to be doing your exfoliation 3 to 4 times a week. And use things that aren't going to dry your skin out more. There's lots of products out there, and sometimes it's overwhelming. You walk into Boots, Superdrug, wherever you're going, and you'll see all of these like products, and you think, oh, that's good. But actually, some of them are just full of perfumes and chemicals that actually, yes, might make you feel good after that one use, but long term will dry the skin out more. So you're in a vicious cycle. So you want to use just very natural stuff. A sugar scrub or a salt scrub is really good. Yeah. And I also say to people, if you haven't got the money to just buy on products and you're thinking of time, dry brushing is brilliant. Yeah. Like a bamboo bristle brush, you can get them on all sorts, Amazon, all places do them. You can pick them up quite reasonable, and just circular light motions of just massaging. It's really good for circulation, and it will just literally exfoliate all the skin before you jump in the shower or the bath. And it's just a quick couple of minutes just before, while you're heating your bath up or while you're waiting for the shower to switch on properly, you can just quickly do it. Concentrate on them areas, the fronts of the knees, down the shins, especially around the bikini area, anywhere where you get build up of dry skin, especially anyone that even doesn't like their elbows. I know we don't wax our elbows, but some people might have a bit of hair there, but you just want to make sure you concentrate on them areas that build up a bit of dry skin. But there are products out there. A little shout out to Tony, because actually Tony is another waxer in the industry who has a business called Rough Stuff Scrub, and we spoke about Rough Stuff.
I've got her products.
And you've got her products. Yeah. They're absolutely lovely. A really natural sugar scrub. Yeah. It has about 4 ingredients in it. So if anyone's looking for a good exfoliating sugar scrub, I can definitely recommend Rough Stuff. You can get different scents. There is loads of products out there very similar. I just love Tony. She's a waxer and she's got a lot of passion behind in the industry and in the business that she's got. And I just think if you're looking for something that if you're finding you might, maybe this product's not doing this, or maybe I'm using too much too little, Tony's really easy to speak to. You can just message her and she'll get back in touch with you and let you know if maybe she might recommend some of her bath salts that she's got, or her body oil. She's got lots of beautiful products. And, you know, sometimes the sugar scrubs aren't for everyone, and that's fine. You know, there's something out there for everybody. And like I said, the dry brushing is a pretty good technique for most people. But Rough Stuff's brilliant. And water. Drink plenty of water, guys. I know that sounds like such a real, like, how to suck eggs sort of comment. But we're all guilty of it. We don't drink enough water, but the more hydration you've got, the skin is more hydrated, which means less of the exfoliating, because your skin is going to be nice and, you know, fresh and bouncy and feeling good because it's really hydrated well. But also when you're waxing, if it's not dry and there's lots of hydration there, it's not going to bounce and pull and tug as much. So it's going to feel less painful. So guys, get the water down you and get exfoliating 3 to 4 times a week, and you won't have these issues, and you're going to definitely thank us later. You're going to look brighter and less grey and scaly. So while we're talking a little bit about skin and body, I wanted to test Wendy's knowledge a little bit. I'm looking at Abby in the background if she's ready. We're going to do a couple of little games, and it's fun, so don't worry. I'm not going to judge you.
A big fat 0.
And if you're getting 0, don't worry about it. You're not going to have your certificate pulled away from you. You're a great waxer. I believe in you. But we thought it'd be fun to show Wendy some close-up images and see if she can spot what is hair and what it's not. What are we calling this, Abby? I don't know what we're calling it. Guess that bush. Guess that bush.
Guess that bush.
So, right, when I click on one, I'm going to get you to have a look. No scrolling, no cheating here.
Can I put my glasses
Put your glasses on, go on, girl. It might help.
If I can see out of them. Oops.
So, the idea is you've got to guess from looking,
that looks like my worktop at home.
So, just looking at that close-up picture now.
That looks like animal hair to me.
Right, okay.
I'm wrong, aren't I?
So, we're showing Wendy this picture. She's saying she thinks it's animal hair.
You're going to tell me it's
it's human hair. It's not a fanny. It's not a fanny. So,
oh, dear. It looked like dog hair.
I'm going to show you. It's actually this beautiful lady who I don't know, by the way. So,
oh God,
her hair is beautiful, but
I could see it was really, really thick. So,
yeah. To be fair, this is a hard game, so I'm not expecting.
I've been well stitched up.
But this is human hair, right? Okay, let's go for another one.
Oh my! That's hair.
What's the bush? Come on.
Have a look. What's the bush?
Do you think that's human hair? Or something else?
I don't want to say what it looks
like.
No,
you say what you think it looks like. What is your first thought?
Look like an animal penis. A pig penis. Not that I've ever seen a pig penis. I just got that from Diddley Squat Farm. That's all I've seen a pig
penis. So Jeremy Clarkson has helped you with this process of what's the bush. So I
reckon that's animal.
Do you know what? I'm going to give you a point for that because
it is a pig.
It's a pig, it's a pig but it ain't a penis. It's the pig's ear.
Oh,
let me show you. So,
I get 2 points for that.
Do you know what?
The pig.
She got the pig, so we're giving her a point. She was just Wendy's dirty mind went down the penis route, but it was actually an ear. Poor pig. Right, okay, let's go with what's the bush?
Ooh.
So we're showing this one here. Let Wendy have a little bit of a closer look.
Is that chest hair or a belly button there? No.
So your first thought is chest hair.
Yeah, I thought maybe this could be a bit of a chest area, and look, there's like a little dimple at the bottom, so I didn't know if it was a belly button.
Do you know what? You're right, it's human hair, but
Right,
it's
okay.
not the chest.
Okay, but I got a point. For
Yeah, you get a point. It's a human ear. That belly button is a piercing hole from the earlobe.
Oh wow! My ears don't look like that.
So it actually is this. You can see it now.
Yeah.
Ear hair is a thing. Don't worry for anyone that gets ear hair.
I've got 2 out of 3 though.
You got 2 out of 3 so far. Right. Okay. Let's go with. Let's go with this one.
Ooh.
Need a closer look? What's your guess? Human hair or something else?
It's quite thick again, isn't it? I'm going to go... I'll just show the camera, shall I?
Yeah.
I'm going to go animal.
Oh, you think animal? That's your first thought? It could be anything.
Oh, a carpet?
It does actually, to be fair. It does look a bit like a carpet. Right.
Okay, it's not... I think it could be synthetic now you've said that. I don't think it's human or animal. Could be these chairs, couldn't it?
Do you know what? Guess the bush. It's actually a kiwi.
Oh.
Like a kiwi?
I do.
I love kiwis.
My kids like them as babies.
Oh, I
I'll
love
tell you
a
a little
kiwi.
story about that, shall I?
Go on, you tell us a
I
story.
used to puree the kiwis up and give the kids, kiwi. And of course, when they were babies, you take the nappies off the boys and all the seeds used to be stuck to their balls.
Stop.
And I used to have to wipe them off.
Kiwi nuts, love that.
They'll kill me for telling that story.
Oh, I absolutely love it. Right, okay. Human hair or something else?
I think it's definitely hair. It's quite long and wavy, isn't it? So is it, I was going to say human, but is it a monkey?
What are you going for? Because we need to know what point you're getting. Are you going monkey?
Thinking, is that an ear there with long hair? That's what swung me.
I can't say until you say your final answer.
Okay, I'm going to say it's definitely hair.
You're thinking it's definitely
I'm going to say it's a monkey.
You think it's a monkey?
Monkey hair.
Do you know what? It is not a monkey. It is actually a beard. A wavy. You were nearly there. You said human, then you went monkey.
I didn't
that
think...
little bit that you thought was an ear was actually his little ginger curl in his moustache.
I didn't think about beard.
Yeah, it's a beard. Right, let's get this one.
What's the score?
This one
so far?
I don't know who's keeping track. Not me. I'm like, are you keeping track? This one you should get.
It's like porcupine. I think it's an eyelash. No?
All close.
Eyebrow.
Smashed it!
Yes.
If anyone's going to get the brows, it's going to be Wendy. That was a nice, easy one. Right. No more pig penises. Let's try this one.
Ooh.
Need another close look?
Yeah, I do. Ooh.
First thought, no right or wrong. Well, there is, but...
I haven't actually got a thought. I'm going to say... Oh, I don't know. It looks like hair, doesn't it?
It
Of
does,
some
to be fair.
description.
Yeah,
Whatever
to be fair.
it is,
It looks a bit pubic.
when you're looking at that. Yeah.
Just
Let's go for pubic hair.
you think pubic hair when actually it's a wire brush. For some people out there, they do have
like
wire brush
yes.
pubes. Yeah, so you probably weren't far off it. Right, this one.
Oh, that looks like that beard again. My dog's hair looks like that as well. Got to think back. You haven't had a dog hair yet, have you? I don't think it's human hair. Actually, I think it's synthetic.
I think it's synthetic. Okay. So
It looks like a...
So you don't think it's human?
No.
Okay.
It looks like if you look at that closely, I don't know if everyone can see it. It looks like a shaggy rug. Like the fibres of it look.
Yeah. Okay. You've got a point. She's got a point. She's going to be annoyed with herself because it was a dog.
Oh! You cheat me.
When you said it, I was like, oh, she's there. She's almost there. But you get a point because it isn't human. Right. Should we make this the last one?
Yeah, because you made me look rubbish now. Oh, that's an ear hole, isn't it? Nostrils.
Yes!
Yes!
She got a point. Look, she's on her flow now.
Waxed a few of them.
Oh, no, I've just scrolled. You've got to do this one.
It is hair.
Human, do you think, or something else?
Someone's bum crack.
Do you know what? From a little angle, it does look a little bit like a bum crack. In fact, it's someone's hairy tootsies.
Oh.
You do get a point because you think human. And I had to, just for all the foot fetish lot out there, there's your hairy toes. Have that one for free. Well done. You smashed that. Honestly, you did actually smash that. That was so good. So while we're on a roll and Wendy is getting them points, I thought that we might do another little game.
Ooh.
Just a little quick one that I thought would be quite good. Waxing related. It's going to be called Said It or Didn't, and it is the Brazilian Wax Edition. So all of these are a list of things that I've heard from my clients, but I've thrown in a few false ones. So all you've got to do is, listen, all you've got to do is say if you think it's true or false. Okay?
That someone has said it.
Someone has said it to me, okay?
Probably anything to you.
Well, my room is quite a quirky room and we have some quirky conversations. So there's going to be a few on here that you might think, is that possible? But if you don't think it's been said to me, just false. If you think that it has been said to me, a true. Get it? So the first one is, I'm thinking of having surgery down there. My lips are so stretched.
True.
Yep. She knew. So yes, true.
That is a thing,
that's
isn't
a thing.
it? Yeah.
I have had clients that, several, but there was one particular lady that was very embarrassed by how much her skin was stretched on her labia lips. And that was her sentence to me. It was just a normal nunu. But that was said to me. Girls, stop being so hard on yourself. A nuni is a nuni. They all come in. Watch Naked Attraction. You'll see.
Yeah, they all come in different sizes.
Listen to a nurse here. They come in different shapes, sizes, everything. Honestly, there is no right or wrong.
Numerous holes.
But there is no need to go under the knife. Honestly, do not drive yourself mad. Right, next one. My last waxer blew on my bits to cool the wax.
I'm going to say that's true.
Yeah, Wendy, you're on fire. Either that or she just knows my clients well. Yes. In fact, actually, we spoke about this a little bit with Andy, who came on to do one of the episodes. Yes, there is waxers out there that have blown onto their nunny to cool the wax.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Crazy. But there was a lady that was like, my last waxer done that. And I was like, no blowing on nunnies. We do not need to do that. Not for
the wrong
waxing,
waxer.
Yeah, you're going to the wrong place if you want that. Okay. Is it normal to get goosebumps on your kneecaps during a Brazilian? You are too good for this.
Where's the drum roll?
So, you're right. That was false. No one has ever said that. However, I will say, when I have my own waxing done down there, I don't get goosebumps on my kneecaps, but I do get a hot spot on the bottom of my foot.
Oh.
So as soon as the wax goes on to the labia, I can feel the heat from the wax there on the bottom of my feet. How weird is that? And it makes my feet tingle.
Well, you are weird.
That is so weird. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else. If you get that, please let me know in the comments.
In.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's to do with your nerves.
It's your nerves.
Yeah, nerve endings.
So like reflexology
or
when they do the mapping. Yeah.
In the brain, yeah.
So strange. It's always on my left-hand side. So it's my left foot. How weird is that? So my foot tingles and goes hot on the bottom, and it's from every time I put the wax on my knee.
I don't know. I'm talking out of my hat here. I know that I've got a nursing background, but that could be to do with dopamine and things like that, couldn't it? Which affects all your neuro.
My foot was buzzing. Oh, what's that on my labia lip? I love that. Well,
you thought someone had slipped a vibrator in there, did you?
Oh, hopefully just my foot would be more excited if that's the case, but you never know. Right, anyway, moving on. Next one. Can you bag my wax strips up, please? Because I'm selling them on a site.
Oh, there's so many weird things out there. I'm going to have to say true.
It is! It's true, yes. I had a client quite recently who came in and said to me, I'm going to sell my wax strips from my Brazilian wax. Will you please bag them up?
Could you message them and ask them
how much they got?
Well, yeah, because I'll sell them on.
Honestly, I was like, yeah. And they were like, out of anybody, I thought that you would be the person that would be obviously okay with it. Of course, she was right. I'm fine with it.
Makes no
you do
to
you, honey. Yeah, it don't make no difference to me.
Can you find out the site where she sells it?
So, yeah, she done her research. Her other half was back. I'm not going to name no names here, obviously.
Wow.
But, yeah, she wanted it all sold on a site. Honestly, the weird and wonderful was out there. And if people are making money from it, you do you. That's what I say. Me, on the other hand, would be so scared of DNA. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden you get a knock on the door. Someone's, at a murder scene and found your pubic hair on a strip there. I'd be like, oh my God, I was here. I have not moved. I've got the receipt to prove that I actually sold them to some randomer.
They wouldn't believe you for 10 seconds.
But yeah, do you know what the thing is? There is so many people. I've heard stories of people selling toenail clippings, bath water, like their tights, their honestly, maybe I'm in the wrong job.
We need to find out where we could do this.
Yeah. Look at me working 12-hour days, waxing bits, and there's people out there just selling their toenail clippings and driving in a Ferrari for it.
Yeah, exactly.
The world is messed up.
It's well messed up.
But Wendy,
anyone want some of my shoes?
Actually, my shoes down here have got my foot imprint for all them foot
fetish. I need to cut my toenails today because they're too long.
Oh my God, so funny. Right, okay. Another one. Do you mind if I FaceTime my mum? She wants to see how it's done.
Oh. True.
That's the first one you've got wrong.
Oh.
It's actually false. We got her, guys.
I have been waxed and been on the phone for work and things like that.
I've had a lot of clients that have took work calls or they've messaged,
that's why I went
someone.
with it.
Yeah, lots of people that have done that, but I've never had anyone that's asked to actually FaceTime someone while they're doing it. I've had people that have asked to have their partner in the room, which now, after a few experiences, I was like, I'd rather they sat outside. I don't mind if you want to bring your kids in because you've got no childcare, whatever. I'm quite chill about stuff like that. But or your friends coming with you, whatever. You'd be surprised who gets kicks out of watching their partner be waxed.
And possibly another person doing the waxing as well.
I had a woman that was making some very random noises while I was waxing her. She had some very fancy underwear on just because her fiance was in the corner watching. Yeah.
I think you have to...
Yeah, you have to be really careful. I was a bit like, yeah, I didn't sign up for that. So I don't get paid enough for that. Let's just put it that way. So, yeah, if you want your quirks, apparently there's a site out there you can buy some labia strips from.
I've got lots in the dustbin.
Yeah, you're sitting on a fortune, Kim, I'm telling you. You're probably a millionaire secretly. You didn't realise it. Okay, next one. It's okay. I've put tissue up there instead.
No, false.
I've got her again, it's true.
Oh! Do you know why I said false? Because I'm
Go.
thinking, if you stick tissue up there, it's going to disintegrate and make a mess.
This is what went through my head. So there is a story behind why she had tissue up there. So a client of mine, this is going back a little while now, I was actually working at the salon that I used to be at. And we used to have in a basket tampons and sanitary towels in the toilet that they could use. But she was the last client of the evening. And it was a late night and all the local shops around me had closed. And when she had drove down, she'd come like over an hour away. I'm not going to say where, just in case anyone starts trying to dissect who they think it is. But over an hour away, she drove to get to me for her wax. And she was on her period and she thought she had a spare tampon in her coat pocket because it was in the winter. And when she got there, she realised it wasn't in her coat pocket and she had a sanitary towel on. But she'd already drove over an hour to get to me and there was no local shops open that she could get some tampons from, and we'd run out in the toilet. Just the one day that we'd run out, I get someone that needed one. And I thought, God, I don't know what to do, because obviously I didn't want to just send her home, and I didn't have any on me. I was checking a couple of the girls that were working at the salon that night. No one else had any on them. They just had sanitary towels. And she went into the toilet. She went, oh, give me a minute. Let me just see how heavy I am. And she walked into the toilet and decided to roll and bunch loads of tissue, put it inside herself just to stop anything from trickling out. I think she'd already done it. So I hadn't advised her to do that. I'm not advising anyone to do that. But in my head, all I kept thinking, is that not going to just go into bits? She's going to be weeing for weeks and just finding tissue still coming out of her. And I mean, I wouldn't recommend it 100%.
You wax her?
I did wax her because there was no blood. And I thought, God, the poor girl was just shoved the whole of Andrex up her noo-noo. I am not going to send her away now after she's gone to that mile. But I just had to just double check there was nothing trickling out and she was safe. Do you know what? I couldn't see the tissue. She shoved it up there well.
She must have had a big hole.
So I was very shocked that she done that. But I still see her now, so she's here to tell the tale, so nothing bad happened. But I don't recommend it, but that did happen. That is a true story. Okay, let's keep going. Can you make it into a lightning bolt? My partner's a big Harry Potter fan.
A lightning bolt?
Landing strip into a lightning bolt.
Oh. False.
True. Yeah, false. No, it was a true. False. No, I meant true, you're right. Tricked ya. Yep, you got that one right. It's false. If anyone is coming to me and saying they want a lightning bolt, Christmas tree, love heart.
That's quite arty.
Mate, I haven't got time for it.
No.
You're choosing square, triangle, rectangle, or nothing, girl. What do you want? Because we haven't got time. Don't get me wrong, I probably would do it if someone was desperate at loads of time, but yeah, I've seen girls that do it. Good for them, but I just can't be bothered complaining of the ingrown hairs or the messiness of it when it grows out. But yeah, I have seen it, and I just wanted to see and test if you thought there was any Harry Potter fans out there. Okay, next one. Don't worry if you see glitter. I had a hen do at the weekend.
I'm going to say true.
I actually wish it was true. It's false. I would love a sparkly noo-noo.
I would put it past someone.
The thing is, there's probably a story out there where people have done it.
Yeah.
But no, I've only had piercings that have sparkled down there. We've never come across, or some fancy tattoos, but I've never come across any. Not even come across even a vajazzle. You know those that back in the day. Do you remember everyone used to have the gems stuck on their noo-noos? Yeah. Thanks to the Only Way is Essex, I think they started that.
I think that's still a thing, isn't it?
Is it? I've never seen anyone that's come in with a gem blinging tattoo on their noo-noo yet. So for those out there that want to challenge me, you come with your glitter and we'll see what we can do. Okay. Let's go for this one. Okay. My knickers don't feel right. Something is wrong with my knickers and I can't work it out.
We got them on backwards. True.
Honestly, right, this lady, I love her. She's hilarious. It was the most chaotic appointment ever. She came to me to have her wax done. And she asked me, I just got chickens. And she asked me, what made you get chickens? So I just finished doing her Brazilian wax and she's trying to get dressed while listening to me talking about my chickens. And I was really tired that day. So what I said to her was definitely not true. But I basically went, I got chickens, for to get eggs. Do just because they're cute. And really, more than anything, I went to make love to them. But what I was actually meant to say was to love them. Right? So then she looked at me and I looked at her and we had a moment of, oh my God, what did I just say? And I went, oh my God, that wasn't meant to come out. That was not the reason why I got my chickens. She was like hysterical crying with laughter. I was crying blood. She went, do I need to report you? I was like, no, I do not do that to my chickens. My chickens are absolutely fine. They're there as pets. We love them. There is no making love to anything. And I don't, you know, when you just do brain fog and you just get word vomit. And then she was like listening to me. We're laughing about it. And then she kept going to me, my knickers don't feel right. I don't know what's wrong with my knickers. It was when she got home, she texted me and she went, oh my God, I can't stop laughing about what you said about the chickens. But more to the point, I found out what was wrong with my knickers. I had my thong on backwards. My thong piece that was meant to be my bum was in her.
I was going to say that would have cut that up.
So it was the most.
She had chaffing that day.
Oh, she did, bless her. Her feet were tingling all the way home with that string rubbing in bits that it shouldn't be. But we were laughing. It was so funny. But that's a true story. Someone went home with their phone backwards. How do you do that? I don't know how anyone does that. It's crazy. Last one. Sorry, I couldn't shower. My hot water's been off for 2 days.
True.
It's actually false. I've never had anyone, well, I've had people that have come to me, I'm sure, that haven't had a wash, but no one's actually come out and point blank said, sorry, I haven't had a shower. But yeah, hygiene is a very varied thing for person to person when you're doing intimate waxing.
It's not happened to me yet, I have to say.
Let's hope it doesn't. But yeah,
let's hope that I don't lick nothing off my glove.
Oh, I know. We have already spoken about that, I think, on here somewhere.
I think we won't talk about that now, though.
No. We can. For anyone, I think it's on one of the fly on the wall, isn't it? I think on one of the fly on the wall contents.
We talked about it in training, didn't we?
I did lick my gloves accidentally. And I'd just been in the middle of doing someone's intimate wax. Let's hope she did have a shower.
Who previously had just had sex. Becky was not telling the full story now.
So yes, the lady had definitely been doing some bits beforehand, because I could see that coming out of her, mixed in with discharge, and it was on my gloves, and I had a hair in my mouth. That's just the reason why I was licking my gloves, and I was trying to get the hair out of my mouth, but it had been, and the hair was my hair off my head, not her pubes, hopefully. And I couldn't get it off, and I was trying to lick my scrubs to get the hair out of my mouth because it was bothering me. I actually felt like I was going to gag. And I did gag in the end, not because of the hair, but because I got a clean bit of cotton wool to try and wipe it out of my mouth. And as I opened my hand and finger to do that, the cotton wool dropped and my bare glove went across my tongue with everything that was going on down there. So, yeah, I'm hoping she had a shower, but quite clearly the shower hadn't quite cleared up everything else. So, yeah, no one's actually physically said it, but I'm gonna give you a bit of a half a point on that one, because even though no one's physically said it, there has been moments where people have turned up and haven't quite, and I'm not shaming people here, but, you know, circumstances are different from person to person, whether they've, you know, and also like mental health as well. Like some people, when you're having a bad day, will naturally just maybe let their self-care go a bit. You know, maybe they did run out of hot water.
And actually, you can have all the self-care, can't you? But still turn up 2 hours, 3 hours later for your waxing appointment and
still be sweaty and dirty. Yeah. Or
that's natural.
Gone for a poo-poo at lunchtime and, you know, hasn't quite wiped all of it off around the back. You know, these things happen. It's all fine. Me and Wendy are here with our capes on, ready to do the job. But yes, there are different standards of hygiene. And yeah, from person to person, you'll see very different things the more you start waxing, Wendy. So good luck with that.
And there was me thinking I'd seen it all before.
No. Maybe you need to be in my room for the day and then you'll, as a fly on the wall, and you'll see there's a lot that goes on. But I just want to say thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
For coming on today. It's been so good having Wendy on. And if you're not already, make sure you follow Wendy. Let us know in the comments if there's any stories that you've come across.
Yeah,
some
absolutely.
weird things that maybe the weird and wonderful that's out there. Have any of you sold your labio strips? How much money did you make? Let us know in the comments. What's the site? Because we would love to know. But thank you, Wendy. You're amazing.
You're
and I
welcome.
wish you the best of luck.
Thank
I'm always
you.
here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here backing you all the way. And yeah, hopefully, well, we never know. We might see you and Liam doing a collab in the future, if not. Me and Liam will be guests on your podcast very soon, I'm sure.
Yes, you come on mine, yes.
Thanks, guys, for watching, and make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Mwah. Thanks, Wendy.